want to talk about the Three Kings Parade real quick.
Oh yeah,
Give me
let's
a
do
second,
it,
bro.
Yeah, let's do it. That's fine.
So, first of all, you from Brooklyn, so
Yep, I'm from Bushwick.
That's something major for you. The Daddy Yankee situation. How did that happen?
That was like a last minute thing. So what happened was, first of all, it was January of 2006. So January of 2008. What's the coldest month in New York? All right, there you go.
It's still snowing on the floor.
You know what I'm saying? So I got a phone call because they had a float and they had an artist, but they didn't have any equipment. I got a phone call.
Sound like some Brooklyn shit.
It's in Graham Avenue. I got a phone call. I'm like, yeah, I got equipment. When I got there, they're like, yo, it's going to be for Daddy Yankee. I'm like, what? It was so cold, though. I couldn't even feel my fingers. And he was just like, dale, like, play, Just playing and playing and playing. And I was just playing his music. And it was just, I was like starstruck, you want to say, like, or like in shock, in other words, like, what the hell? Like, is this really happening? And
that
I
was
really,
after Gasolina and all that.
yeah, man. And I really got to DJ for him. I spoke to him. I came out in one of the news things and came out on it. And my mom was like super proud. I was super proud. And this was before, like, the whole craziness, you know what I mean? So it was just an honor, man. Like, I wish that I would have got to meet him again after to say, hey, you remember when you went to Brooklyn? But I'm pretty sure, because he was like, está frío con cojones. He want a hot chocolate. So I know there's some things that you remember.
Can't forget that. Being
So,
brick.
but I never got the chance to. But, overall, man, it was a great experience. And, now it's like normal. I was nervous back then, but now it's different.
So go ahead.
You sure?
Go ahead.
So, fast forward, and you doing Madison Square Garden and Barclays. How did those happen?
So Madison Square Garden was with the radio station. It was a lucky thing as well. I was with promotions, and I'm always been the type that I always carry my bag everywhere I go. And Tego was taking too long to come out. So they're like, Carlito, vete. Una computadora, emprende. Like, play music. It's the first song I started with, Me Muero Por Ti by Anthony Santos.
It's over.
Went crazy.
It's over.
And I just took off from there. When I was nervous, like my hands were shaking. When I would grab the mic and my hands were shaking. I've never done an arena in my life, bro. It's 2017. Like this.
And that's a different type of energy. When you
shaking.
Yes, that's a different type of energy.
Shaking.
Garden?
Like this.
Sheesh.
We're talking about the world's most famous arena, where every artist wish they could perform, where every artist wants to perform.
Athlete,
The
everybody,
Mecca,
everybody.
New York City's, you know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Then Barclays Center was I got to do a Brooklyn Nets game. They called me up, Noche Latina, and they're like, hey, we interested in booking you, and I said, let's do it, and I did the halftime show.
Dope.
And then after that, they kept on, hiring me. They hired me for like 3 years in a row, and then after that, I did the Prudential Center. I just did it 2 weeks ago again. And I did the Kaseya Center in Miami 2 years ago, and it's just eso para mí ahora is like,
Carlito, you big out here, Carlito. Pause.
And I always say it. I will always remain the same person from when I started to now, because la humildad te lleva lejos. Once you start getting nobody could say in Instagram they see me, yo, el tigre siempre está fronteando, whatever. I'm just me.
Yeah, you gotta be humble, bro. You gotta
just me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? I'm just grateful for life every day. I wake up and I thank God. When I get out my driveway and I drive off, I always do the cross, because you gotta be thankful, man. There's other people that don't have, the opportunity to be here today. How many people we lost during COVID? You know what I'm saying? Every day things happening in this world. You know, we got even friends that are like just, yo, fulano, mira, and then next thing you know, it's just, oh, que le pasó esto, le dio, you got it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, wow, how? If he's my same age. Before things would happen, people were like 70, 80. Cause be like, oh,
I
yeah.
say that all the time, bro.
You know what I mean? And now it's like, it's the numbers are just,
Yeah. It's crazy, scary.
you know what I mean? So I'm just grateful every day,
I tell
man.
people all the time, man, tomorrow's never promised, man.
Correct.
You got to take advantage. You got to
Correct.
activate now. You got to get what you got to get now.
Activation king. You
You
know
know
what
what
I'm
I'm
saying?
You got it from the horse's mouth,
You
right?
know what I mean?
Word.
You know what I mean?
So what you got going on for the Puerto Rican Parade? Because you know it's coming up.
Man.
You know what I'm saying?
I got some big projects coming, man.
Like
Like,
Fifth Avenue takeover's about to happen. We about to get dumb out there. You know what I mean?
So Puerto Rican Parade weekend it's always been a crazy weekend for me.
Is that your favorite activation throughout the year, or do you have? Because now you know you're on radio, so radio does the concerts. They do these little pockets of activations. What's your favorite? Is it the parade?
I'll say. I mean, I'm Puerto Rican, so it's definitely Puerto Rican Parade weekend. But to be honest, man, I love being involved in everything. Like if they call me for Ecuadorian Parade or, bro, I just love connecting with the community.
With the culture, yeah.
I always love connecting with the community. Whenever it's got to do anything with the community, whoever's watching, count me in. I don't care where it's at. It could be in Queens, it could be in Harlem, it could be, doesn't matter. I'm there. I love being, I'm a community person. You know what I mean? Like, you've seen this chain here, it's Bully Sound Records. It's an independent record label who, is a good friend of mine, is J.A. I got introduced to my boy Grizzly, who's the head of president of Bully Sound. He put me under the wing. He put Suave under the wing, Hollywood KO. You know what I mean? We the official Bully Sound record DJs. Did a community event in Harlem for Taino Towers.
Okay.
Yes.
And he was like, yo, come, face painting. They were getting people jobs. I'm in there. Afternoon joint, Fridays. I always go up and just we would take pictures. So, you know what I mean? So shout out to Bully Sound Records always, you know what I mean? My brother Grizzly. Puerto Rican Parade. Right now, I am going to be the Grand Marshal for Yonkers Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Okay.
Big shit.
You know, for Yonkers. But Yonkers is it? No, I'm lying. I'm sorry. My fault on that. Grand Marshal for the Bronx Puerto Rican Day Parade.
Okay.
That is June 14. June 1st is the Yonkers, and I'm the music ambassador. Es tanta parada que yo me...
Listen, papito.
So,
Tú
Yonkers
estás
Parade,
trabajando, eso
Yonkers
lo-
Parade,
eso
I'm the
que-
music
You know what I'm
ambassador.
saying?
Yeah, I'm the music
Estamos
ambassador.
afuera.
And then June 14 is the Bronx Puerto Rican Parade, which I'm the Grand Marshal for it.
Fire.
Yeah, first it was the music, and then I guess they made an adjustment, and they're like, hey, so los planes cambiaron. We're going to be, and I was like, would you be down? I said, of course. Have I ever been to Yonkers? Never in my life. But guess what? No, I never been to YO.
Wow.
Never been to YO. But I'm going to embrace it like if it's Brooklyn.
It's dope.
Because I know I got listeners out there, and I know the community, you know what I'm saying? And then we got June 7th and 8th, which is the 7th is the festival in 116, which I've been doing a tent with my family, with Young Ant, the guy who, we've been there for like 12 years on 3rd Ave. Between 108 and 109, we do a stage, like a tent. And then Mega's back on the main stage on 112. So I'll be there like the whole day. That's why I show out like with like promo.
Yeah, this is the
flyers.
first year we have Dulce is actually doing something this year for
the parade.
and I pushed hard for that, like hard. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's the 40th anniversary for 116th. So it's a big deal.
So you guys are doing something.
We're doing something. You
Yeah.
know
So
what I'm saying?
I'm very friends with the organizers, Nick. You know what I mean? And I've gotten plaques, awards from them in the past of like, you know. And then on June 8th, it's the official Puerto Rican Day Parade, 5th Ave. So normally I do the radio station in Manhattan. And then Bushwick, in my hometown.
The car parade be going crazy out there still, right?
In Knickerbocker. No, it's not. It's a parade.
A parade.
Yes, it's a parade.
Wow, look at that.
So it's a parade. And I have my own float there.
Fire.
As you should.
Yes, I have my own float. I got a official sponsorship from a major company. I don't know if I can say the name on the podcast.
It's up
know
to
what I
you,
mean?
Bobby. This is your interview.
All right. So, Celsius Energy Drink officially sponsored me, and this is actually you guys are getting the exclusive.
Okay.
Nobody knows this, but
Yeah.
I'll say it.
You got me nervous a little bit. I'm like, I hope it's not another liquor brand.
Nah. I would not do that.
I'm like, you do radio, so you should know better. So I'm like, okay.
Exactly. So, Celsius Energy Drink officially sponsored the DJ Carlito float for
Nice, because those
Knickerbocker,
floats ain't
Bushwick,
cheap,
Puerto
brother.
Rican
Those
Pride.
floats are not cheap.
So, yeah. So I got that. I just actually got the design for the shirts. I sent to do the design for the float. They're coming down with Barracudas and giving us and they keep telling me, I don't know why, and I'm gonna look at the camera because they keep telling me that the not the government, the council people, like the local
community
assembly,
board. The community board.
yeah, they got a surprise for me. I don't know what it is. They don't want to tell me what it is,
Okay.
but they're not telling me what it is. They like, we got a surprise for you that day, and it's gonna happen on your block.
That's
You
dope.
deserve it, bro.
What it is,
That
I
sound
have
like that
no
sound
idea.
like that sound like somebody getting they name put on the street or something
And
like
you know
that.
what? But now that you say that,
Damn, man.
I was saying, I was thinking about that, and I was like, if it is, I hope it is, because I always say, why would I want my name on a street sign when I'm dead?
Facts.
Yeah,
I see.
respect
Listen.
to everybody, respect to everyone, because I worked on getting my brother Jinx Paul, rest in peace, his name on the street sign where he grew up at, but it's better. I want to be able to
Appreciate
see
it.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate it for all
Respect
the
to how
thing that
things
you've
work,
done out
because I
here.
don't know how things work
yeah.
in New York City's office, but I want to see my name.
Listen, Brooklyn needs it, man.
You understand what I'm saying? Can I be the first one? I don't know. Whatever it is, I don't know. But I've done a lot for the community. I still go to my community. I get a haircut there. I don't forget where I came. I will never forget where I came from. No matter where I live in this world, I will never forget where I came from. Everyone knows where I came from. They nicknamed me Bushwick's Finest, and this was the hood that gave me this name. I did not.
Fire.
You know what I mean? And like the jacket says, it was all a dream. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just excited about the weekend. Like those 3 weeks. Those 3 weeks.
It's crazy. There's no rest.
Those
there's
3
no-
weeks.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
I'm going to Montreal, Canada next week. You know what I mean? And again, I'm just gonna continue going up. I'm just excited for. I always say this year's gonna be my year. This year's gonna be my year, and I always, because that's the only way that you're gonna continue to be. Because a lot of people make it and they be like,
It's goals.
I'm done. Nah,
Let's
ain't no
go.
done. Ain't no done.
So yeah, that's my next question. Like, obviously, you don't feel you hit the ceiling yet. So, what endeavors do you have next? Like, what do you?
So, I honestly want to do my own concerts.
Okay.
I definitely want to do my own concerts. It's something that I've been planning and working on for the last.
Listen,
year.
you're the face for it right now, so
Yeah, so
that should be an easy
I
layup.
would never want to step on nobody's toes, because again, I respect my peers. You know what I'm saying? I respect my coworkers, and will always have respect for my coworkers. I would never want to step on nobody's toes. Never done it, never will, and I would never want to do that. With the respect to everyone around me, I would definitely want to do a concert, and continue to bring more joy to the people. You know what I'm saying? I've been also thinking about starting to do like my own music, as far as like what a lot of DJs do. They come and they get an artist. They go into the studio. They work on a beat. They put an artist, and then DJ Khaled type stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I want to work on that as well. It's been something I've been wanting. What genre I want to do yet, I don't know, because everything now is pretty much the wave. One day is this, the next day is this, the next day is that. So
Jen calls it the microwave era.
right, those are things that I want to work on, and I ain't even gonna lie. You here, man? But I'm gonna tell you, a liquor sponsorship too. Believe it or not, and I'm not throwing the
Dilo duro.
no te estoy tirando la cuerda.
Dilo
but
duro.
It's always
Nah,
something.
listen, you have to put it in the
Listen
universe.
to me. It's always something that I always wanted.
Okay,
Believe
dope.
it or not. I've sent
That's great to know.
proposals. I've sent proposals to companies and everything. You know what I mean? I have a PR, You know what I mean? Izzy, my boy, he's the one that worked for me to get to the, the whole thing. So these are things that, working.
So do you have management or you handle your own business?
Right now I'm handling my own business.
Okay. Did you have management before?
I did. But we had not a fallout because it was a fallout.
So sometimes things just don't align.
Yeah,
together.
no, and the person who it was, started doing other things as far as like personal work wise, and they didn't have time to
see. This is why I'm glad you said that. This is why.
Cut the middleman out is what you about to say.
Not even that.
Go ahead,
but this is why I don't do it anymore because I've been in this industry for over 30 years. I did management. That was my thing. That's how I know the people that I know because it's a small. We all know each other, bro.
Right.
But it's not fair for the artists. Like when artists still come up to me, yo, John, what's up, bro? Boom, boom, boom. I said, you know what, bro? It's not gonna be fair to you because I can't give you the time that you need.
Right.
And I know what it takes.
Right.
It's almost like babysitting and raising a child.
Right.
And yeah, I'm active. I'm loopy. I can get in rooms that you can't get in. I can make your life easier. But bro, I can't give you the attention you need.
Right.
And I know you don't want to believe it, but you have to believe it because it's not going to be fair for you. And then what's going to happen is a friendship's going to be ruined.
Correct.
I'd rather you be my homeboy or my homegirl and we can still chill.
Correct.
Than Dren played himself. He's busy. He could have got me on that stage. The politics is ugly, bro.
Yeah.
The politics and this music game is disgusting.
So when he told me, I respect it. We're still friends.
Exactly. Which is a good thing.
We're still friends. We talk almost every day. You know what I mean?
And the flip side to it now, I don't want to cut you off. The flip side to that now is with social media, with these things that are going on, somebody could just DM you.
Right.
But then again, it's up to you if you want to handle that.
Right. I just recently got verified on Instagram, so now things are making it's becoming easier. Now I'm connecting with more, because once you're verified,
it's a whole different ballgame.
You know what I mean? So I'm even connecting with Yankee baseball players.
Dope.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's you know what I mean, but.
Have you did Yankee Stadium yet?
Of course, I was there on Sunday.
I missed. What was Sunday?
Yankee Stadium.
Have you DJed in Yankee Stadium?
Oh no!
That's what I'm talking about.
No, not yet.
Okay, that's why I'm like,
it'll get
Sunday,
there.
I miss it.
It'll get there.
Damn, bro.
It'll get there. I thought you said you mean
Nah.
DJing. Yeah,
DJing.
Nah, not yet, not
Okay.
yet. But they do have like Spanish night, Noche Latina, which is, it's hopefully something I could work on as well. But the problem is with that is at the time that it's happening, I'm on air.
Got you.
So
The game is happening.
Correct.
At the
That's
time
why I
it's on
think
air.
it interferes a little bit. But what's impossible? There's nothing impossible.
Nothing.
Anything
But this is
Father's Day or some shit like that.
This is hold on. We in 2025. This is not a secret. If you don't know radio, shame on you. Do your research.
Right.
But a lot of radio's pre-recorded. You know what I'm saying? And
Not on mine, though.
no, I'm not saying on yours. I'm not saying on yours. But for like big events, like sometimes you might just have to do that. Like,
Right.
Let me just
Right.
pre-record this one show because Yankee Stadium just called me for some big
Crazy,
time. You know who's on fire right now. Bad Bunny. He's running the market. You know what I'm saying? So like you get one of those opportunities, you have to show up.
Yeah, no,
what I'm
most
saying?
definitely, and it's just like, again through Instagram and all that. There's times that I'm like, damn, I would like a manager, because it can get overwhelming, bro.
Yes,
Believe it or not, it can get overwhelming.
That's double-edged sword.
You know what I mean? But
And then you have to be like the bad guy when you got to turn things down.
Right.
When that's your manager's job.
Right.
To sort your life out because things are so hectic. You're a businessman. You have a family. So it's like, like you said earlier, like you burnt yourself out one time. And you don't want to repeat that because then you got to scale back a little bit.
Correct.
And scaling back could be detrimental sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because you scale back at the wrong time when it's just time to go.
yeah, like
You know what I'm saying?
there's times that I go back and forth with like the owners or promoters, and but wow, that's your price is high, and I'm like,
Bro, you're a whole brand.
Demon.
You're not just a DJ. You're a whole
Demon.
brand.
exactly.
So they have to understand it. They have to
Correct.
respect that.
Correct.
And if they don't,
Yesterday I got a phone call from a club in Jersey. Yo, Camilo gave me your number. Boom, boom, boom. How I want you for this day. Are you available? Yeah, I'm available. How much? Such and such. He's like, all right, perfect. Send me the picture. Send me the thing. I was like, can life be this easy?
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Only in Jersey. That ain't the city, papi.
You know what I'm saying?
Tú sabes?
But gotta love the city. You know what I'm saying? But you know, it's just it comes with the territory, man.
Mm-hmm.
You always get the easy ones, and then you always get the back and forth. You know what I'm saying? And it's like I tell people, listen, like you said, I'm a brand. You know what I mean? Like I'm on mainstream time slot on the radio. Does that matter? Maybe not. Maybe yes. But at the end of the day, is I gotta stand my ground. And if I don't think it's worth it for me, I'm staying home.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, listen, it's business. Time is money. You know what I'm saying? What do you feel? We about to wrap up in a minute. What do you feel about the Latino culture in the music space right now? Like, to me, like we are running this space heavy right now, and it took us years to get here. I'm years.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And again, like I just said, Bad Bunny is one of the biggest.
He's from my hometown in
the biggest artist in the world right now.
So I was born in Arecibo, but originally my mom is from Vega Baja and my dad's from Manatí. So Bad Bunny is from Vega Baja. Bad Bunny packed my parents' groceries when they moved back, because my parents moved back to Puerto Rico in 2013. They've been there since they retired. They just paid house, chilling. He packed my parents' bags before he blew up.
Look at that.
So
That's a hell of a story right there.
crazy. And this one thing I always wanted to meet him to tell him.
That's crazy.
You know what I mean? You know, he's the biggest, you know what I mean?
There's nobody bigger than him right now.
It's crazy.
Listen, when you dating a Jenner or a Kardashian,
yeah. But to be honest, like a lot of people were opposing to that, man, because of,
listen,
you know,
it's
the
all
curse.
good, but I'm
the
just
curse.
saying that's how big from packing bags.
Right, so being there.
Damn, man.
You know, forget about that. The guy freaking hosted the Met Gala before last
That
year.
too.
You know what I mean?
That
He
too.
sold out Yankee Stadium.
This is what I'm saying. He's different, bro.
Like,
So,
now he got people flying from all over the world
To
to
go-
Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
I'm one of them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Bro, he had a concert coming through my hood in Harlem.
And rumor has it
That was nuts.
that he's coming to the parade on June 8th.
I believe it.
He was invited.
He gonna close shit down if he comes.
You know what I'm saying? And this guy, and he's walking the streets like he's a normal person. He just went to Rincon playing domino with the viejitos. He stopped the other day with some kids on a bus stop that were in a school, took a picture. Like, he's just living his life now.
I'm just glad we finally getting our just due, just as us as a culture. You know what I'm saying? Because people just don't, like, they don't get it. And it's like, it's finally, bro. You know how long it took for us to get to this space?
I remember listening to what was called El Underground, which is reggaeton now. That's what it was called before. El Underground. The Noise, Playero, you know, DJ Nelson, DJ Negro,
DJ Nelson.
Chiclin. Those were back then the people who were trying. Reggaeton, you know, underground could not be played on radio because of the words on it.
I remember one time, bro, I was with did you ever go to any of the Mix Show Power Summits in Puerto Rico?
Nah, I never did.
So, do you know what it is or no?
Nah, I don't.
So the Mix Show Power Summit was something that Renee McLean put together. You know, big music industry exec, and what he did was
I know who Rene is.
Okay.
I mean, he's very close with Enough.
Yes.
We actually just gave him an achievement, like a big in our last retreat in Punta Cana.
Yeah,
Rene's a cool guy.
So Renee's a beast.
Yeah, he's a
so
monster.
he was the first one to take all the national DJs from every market and do a retreat for them. You know how heavy did the retreat? They might have got it from him.
Probably.
I'm almost 1,000% they got it from him. But he's from down here, Alias. You know what I'm saying? So he was the first one to do the Mix Show Power Summit where all the DJs, all the major market radio DJs, he gave them a thank you. And, you know, every year, one year it'll be in PR, the next year it'll be in DR, Mexico. He always picked a dope resort, booked all the rooms.
Exactly what we do.
Exactly. Booked all the rooms, and it was a thank you to the DJs. And, damn, I got lost. I forgot what the fuck I was going to say. The Mix Show Power Summit.
Went to Puerto Rico, you said?
Puerto Rico. I was with Echo. You know Echo, the producer from Puerto Rico?
Yes.
I was with Echo, right? So we're in the club. I forgot the name of the club.
Laser?
It might have been. It's a big warehouse. It's like a huge warehouse.
Nah, that was in one of the side streets.
Okay, well, this club was a huge warehouse. So me and Echoes is sitting on the stage, and he's like, "Yo, Dren, these niggas ain't feeling this shit, bro, because this is the first time that we invaded Puerto Rico like
Right.
that. And you know how them niggas give it up over there. They don't give a fuck who you are. They are the.
They are. Yeah,
They run
it's
that shit.
This is me.
Yes. So he goes, "Yo, we need to leave," and I'm like, "Yo," and you know he's tapped in over there. He's tapped in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, "Bro, you
What
sure?"
you mean we gotta go?
He goes, "I'm dead ass. Like, let's get out of here in like the next 10 minutes because these niggas, they gonna light this up." And I'm like, "You serious, bro?" Half an hour later, they came in there. Brrr, Little John was on stage.
Oh,
Aired the whole place out. Just on GP, like, y'all not coming to Puerto Rico with this.
right.
Like, we run this. This is our hood. I don't care about none of y'all.
Yep.
Like, y'all need to pass right now. And then now to see, like, how big it is, like, you know what I'm saying? It's
Like the thing is that
Talk
remember,
about checking in, huh?
like the reggaeton.
Word.
So for
Shit.
example, the reggaeton is Puerto Rico.
All day.
Daddy Yankee, Don Omar, Nicky Jam, Baby Rata y Gringo, Héctor y Tito, the Wisin y Yandel after.
Tego, yeah,
Tego
Tego's
Calderon
yeah,
after.
yeah.
Tego Calderon came out in 2004.
3.
2004, the actual it was
Three.
2003.
I was locked
No,
up.
wait. 2003
Listen,
came out.
I was locked
right,
up on
you're
the
right.
island. Him and Nicky Jam had a fucking shit that stayed playing here.
2000,
back to
but
back.
2004 Lean Back remix came out.
Yeah.
That's
That's when he got global.
No, but that's what I meant to go with.
Yeah.
2004 Lean Back remix came out with Tego. Tego Calderon, de
Fact. Yeah,
and
yeah.
that's when Fat Joe tapped into the reggaeton market.
yeah, that's when it crossed
It's
over.
just crossed over. Then
Nah,
you got
nah.
Daddy.
Nori was the first
Then you
one.
got Daddy Yankee that came
gotta
out
give Nori his
with Barrio
props.
Fino with the whole gasolina and all this stuff. Then you had Camilo having Sundays at Lights Out Show, which was
It was all.
You know what's the crazy shit that is nuts? I don't even know if y'all remember that, but when I was locked up, they used to play DJs live set from whatever club that was happening.
yeah. So that's what I was gonna get to. So the DJ who brought reggaeton, the genre reggaeton, to here to New York and maybe the United States, I'm gonna always give the flowers to DJ Casanova. Okay, and anybody that knows Casanova knows that Casanova was the one who brought reggaeton into the market, into New York. If you don't, and I will get you an interview with him. This guy is a producer. He's a DJ. By far the best broadcaster I've ever heard on radio is called Casanova. He knows radio programming. He produces his house, it's just a studio on another world. Always respect that man. We're very good friends. I dropped the mixtape with him after Maria. And this guy was the one who introduced and said, Toma, brought it into New York City.
Fire.
He worked with Fat Man Scoop. I've done tracks with
Rest
White
in
Clef
peace.
and all that stuff. So shout outs to him. And after the whole scene burst into the scene, with the whole reggaeton, bro, to where we are now, like you're saying, it's just an incredible feeling to know that the Latinos are because now even you got English people coming to want to do something with a reggaeton artist.
Transition is huge.
Look
right
at
now.
Offset. What was Offset doing in Dominican Republic the other day? And Alpha brought him on actually.
That's his man.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen,
That's when you know.
papito.
I got
La
a crazy
salsa, la
story.
salsa de nosotros es, ya tú sabes.
You know, and Colombia, Karol G, Fade, J Balvin, Brian Castro, Bless, Bele now, Capo, Maluma. Bro, it's a great feeling, man. Sech from Panama. El General was the one who actually just,
Tell him how J Balvin closed the whole spot down last year.
you know what I mean? It's crazy. And then you got the Dominicans with the Dembow. What was Dembow? Dembow is actually underground music from Puerto Rico back then. And they recreated it, starting with that. And look at where the shit is at now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
You understand what I'm saying? because and then what? It's in general, Jamaican music. That's why all they all. It's just a temple from here, a temple from there.
And general is Panamanian.
Yeah, and guess what? He's in church now. I know his uncle.
Look at that.
Crazy.
And we still have a lot of work to do, man. And I say that because I'm gonna give you my Alpha story. You know, we do the Rolling Louds, and the first time in history ever, they had a Latino artist on the stage, and they had El Alpha.
Wow,
on
crazy.
the main stage.
Dominican,
yes,
artist.
You know what I'm saying?
That's his
so,
man.
So
crazy.
he's on the stage.
Listen to what he about to tell you.
He's on the stage. Shut the shit down. Went crazy. Nobody even there. Like Rolling Loud is all English. It's
Yeah.
It's all like underground hip hop. It's 100,000 kids.
Yeah,
going
we're talking
crazy.
about Travis Scott
Yes,
and
that type of vibe.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? So after he does his set, I'm with his team. I'm with his manager backstage, and I'm like, yo, what y'all doing after this? We got the Loud Club. We got our own section. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. So he's like, yo, Dren, we need a section. I'm like, all right, cool. So I speak to the execs over there. I say, yo, Alpha needs a section. They dubbed him like, nah, they didn't even want to entertain it.
Wow.
So I'm like,
are y'all crazy?
thank you. And I'm like, do you know who you just put on this stage? And there's 5 stages. He's on the main stage. So somebody knows who he is because they put him on the main stage.
Correct.
But y'all not going to do that. Y'all not going to just use his clout and then don't act like
The guy
Like,
exists
you don't
after
know
you get off.
afterwards.
yeah. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we don't have sections for him in the Loud Club. The sections of 10K up go up to 50K and this and that. I'm like, bro, he'll buy the whole Loud Club, my nigga.
Yeah, facts.
Like, he'll buy the whole thing out. Like, money's not an issue to him.
Right.
So she tells me straight up, she tells me this, Dren, look, there's no room there. Who do you want? That's like me trying to kick out Duce. I can't do it. I said, you know what? It's all good. I put him in my section. Had him in my him, his wife, his kids. They were stuck on a tour bus because you're not allowed. You know what I'm saying? But, bro, he was so grateful and so humble and had the time of his life. And he was like, yo, Dren, I just want to thank you. Like, his kids got to meet the Travis Scotts.
Nice.
And they got to just, like,
Experience.
It's different, bro.
Yeah.
It's whole different, especially from where they came from.
Right.
To be in America.
Correct.
To light that stage up. And then they don't treat him. They would have never did that shit to an American artist. Ever.
Never.
They would have made sure from the rip that he had a section there.
Before he even probably got on the stage.
You know what's
Exactly.
crazy?
He would have probably been there before he
And
got
crazy
shit like
shit-
that is what gets me tight.
The crazy shit is, right, it's like how he asked you earlier about where we're at from where we've been. Only we can understand who El Alfa is.
Correct. I met El Alfa in 2014.
Oh, he was like
I
this.
have the picture.
He was like
El
this.
Pajón
He was
y una
like this.
cadenita así.
Yeah, he was like this. Masking and all
I met
that.
him at Arena Lounge in Richmond Hill, Queens. Never forget that. Humble. After that, I never met him again. I'm pretty sure he's still the same person.
Same dude.
You know what I mean?
Humble.
And didn't Bad Bunny just recently do Rolling Loud?
No.
No, who was it? There was a Spanish.
There was one more. It wasn't Bad Bunny though.
Who was it?
I forgot who it was.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So it's just
So
again.
now see little
Now
by
it's opening
little,
the doors.
It's opening the door, and even still, like my man, and I tell him the story like all the time. Every time he acts up, I tell him, I bring up the story because now I have him in our section. So my man's coming in and he's calling me like, yo, Jordan, I want the whole section clear. And I said, I got you, but I got an artist here. He was like, same thing. I don't give a fuck who the artist nigga is. I want the section clear.
Whoa.
And I said, I'm telling you now, this section will be clear, but he's not moving.
Mm-hmm.
He was going through his own thing. He was stuck in traffic for 8
he
hours
was
in a
already-
Sprinter.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
already agitated. When I get there, I don't want nobody. I just want to enjoy myself because I'm already pissed off.
Right.
I didn't think it was going to take me 2 hours to get into this shit. Boom, boom, boom. Long story short, he's, we're respecting each other. I introduced him. He's still not.
Because he was still mad.
He was still mad. He was still mad. I'm like, yo, take some flicks. Come on. Alpha's taking 1,000 pictures with the Douce bottle. Showing love. Doing.
Imagine what other artists would have been like,
Never.
I'm not touching
that
this
is
bottle
politics.
until you give me money.
Where's the bag?
Correct.
Everybody wants the bag, especially from a big brand like this.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So he's doing, again, he's being humble. He's showing love. Fast forward, right? 3 weeks later, he was with a shorty. So I get a call at 1 o'clock in the morning. I could tell he had me on speaker because I could tell the background noise. He was with a girl. Yo, your man,
El Alfa.
yeah. I'm like, yeah, what's up? What about him? Yo, he got a show. This is the day before. Yo, he got a show in Madison Square Garden, right? That's the dude that was in our section. I said, yeah, why? What happened? He goes, yo, you think we could get passes? I said, oh, now you want passes?
Oh, now you want.
Not because now he didn't understand the caliber of artist that he was until his homegirl told him, you know, she happened to be Dominican, and he goes, yeah, my man Jordan, that's his people's. You know, dude, hit his manager up, yo, I need laminates, you know, good looking.
Right.
And my man stood in the garden, bro, sold out. And he stood there. And
It's
bro,
like
he apologized. He was like, bro, wow.
yeah. It's like when I went to do this pendant. I went to the jeweler, and it was November of 21. And he's like, oh, stick around. I got an artist coming. I'm like, who? He's like, oh, Elvis Martinez. I'm like, oh, shit, my favorite bachatero. Stood back. Met him. Got his number. Humble as hell, man.
Dope.
Humble. 3.5 years later, my best friend.
Look at that.
All right? This guy, like, I just surprised him for his birthday in January. I out of my money, bought a flight to Santiago. Made him think that I was in New York. I sent him a voice note. And, oh, mi hermano, me gustaría estar ahí, pero, you know, rompe, blah, blah, blah. Literally, I was in Santiago. He had no idea I was there. And I popped up into Loveras and showed him.
That's dope.
He didn't know what to do, how to. I set it up with the band. Like by after the fourth song, we were gonna do the happy birthday, and he runs the band as like after what song on what song. So he's like,
what the fuck
like,
is this?
what are you doing? So when he turned around, the video's on my Instagram. When he turned around, he's like, what the fuck? And he's like, tú me la vas a pagar. But I did it out of genuine love.
Yeah.
Because he's a good dude, and we have a friendship outside of the. Like it's more of a brotherhood than like an artist and DJ.
Mm-hmm.
We talk. I call him. He calls me. I text him. You know what I'm saying? He got a concert now coming up with Raulín now this weekend, and I didn't even ask him. He's like, "Yo, you coming, right?"
You see, he started some shit. They were like, all right, he be popping up. All right, I hope he popping up to this one.
You know, and it's like, again, you just never know what a relationship with an artist who
there's nothing genuine in this industry, bro.
It's
So when
what
somebody
you do for them,
so somebody sees something genuine and they feel it.
So the story behind it was when we first met, took his number, never bothered him, never, you know, because a lot of people will be like, yo, I got his number. I'm going to text this guy all the time.
Yeah,
never bother him.
Mm-hmm.
Met him November 2021. Never bother him until probably summer of 2022. And that I played a song and I put it like, you know, I put it up. He reposted it. And he told me, hey, I'm coming down September, Labor Day weekend. I want you to be there. I'm going to be in Passaic. I said, all right, let's go. I told my girl, yo, come on, let's go. Took my girl, my good friend and his wife, made it a couples thing. This guy calls me to the stage. Like, oh, es que me tiene trepado en Nueva York, míralo aquí. Bro, I'm just playing his music again, all by programming. End of the night comes, and he tries to. And I'm like,
no, we don't do
No
that.
te apures eso, papito.
you're my brother. I said, you want to pay me? Pay me with your friendship. All genuine, man. Another person would have took it.
Facts.
Yep.
Nah, I would never. And you know what? To this day, I thank God I didn't do that. Because honestly, his friendship means to me more than any money in this world.
Genuine friendship, man. And
You know what I
hard
mean?
in his industry is very hard.
Very hard.
'Cause
A
it's
lot of
always-
people is always interest.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, money's good, but I think friendship is better, bro. If you have a friendship and you have a genuine love for someone and everything, like I post stuff up and then it's all out of love. And even in general, like there's things that I post up on my, I don't get paid for it. I don't care. You know why? But it's just, if I can help you grow and build and I see your growth, I'm happy with that.
Yeah, you don't gatekeep, bro. That's dope. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people gatekeep. A lot of people in your position do that. because again, everything.
And I could use my,
of course,
you know, but
everybody, yeah, we know that.
You know what I'm saying? It's like,
But that's why you're successful, bro. That's you have good karma. You have good energy. So when you do good business, the shit that's happening for you happens because you're a great person.
Yes.
Like you said earlier, nobody could ever say you act Hollywood, you act like
Nah,
no. If this is who you are, this is who you are.
and the ones that probably don't know me personally, because I tell them, you don't know me. Oh, but what you want me to do? Walk around the mall and smile at me? I can. But if you say, hey, ¿cómo tú estás? Hey, mira, I will stop and take a picture with you, no matter how I look. I don't care. You know what I mean? I always love to show love to everyone. You know what I'm saying? Like, because that's what's just gonna continue to drive, you know, the boat. It's gonna continue to navigate it and get to. You know what I mean? So, but humbleness is the key in this world.
yes, 1000%.
Humbleness is the key.
Brother, I want to thank you for pulling up to the Duce Lounge. We had a
thank
great
you.
conversation. Like I said, it's not an interview; it's like a conversation.
Yes.
Dope vibes. Give the people your socials.
Yeah,
let them know.
you know, first and foremost, thank you for having me. Like, you know, it's, you know, normally, like, I do podcasts, but I really don't. But, you know, again, like, you're my brother. Like, you know, we met through Instagram the first time, you know what I mean? And when I first hit him up, and it was just, I think I reposted something from you or something, and then we started following each other. We
was at the Rock Nation rooftop.
Right, exactly, and we kept on. But I think that was the first time we met in person. But before that was other stuff, and we, you know, kicked it off, and you know, just appreciated, and you know, it's just, you know, then I got his info, I got my info, and then, you know, we seen each other at the club with Nate Sketchy that day.
Yes.
And that's when I first tried Duce.
See, I was doing my job.
You know what I'm saying?
I was doing my job.
Activation
And it's not because I'm here, but in all reality, the drink is off the hook. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really a cognac person, but it's smooth, and the way it's mixed is, well, the way he mixes it. It's good. You know,
I get that a lot.
Like, I'll be honest, I drank it, and it's like I just drank a cup of
so
juice.
you leave later on.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Wife gonna be like, ¿y tú?
¿Y qué te pasó? You're about to get this Duce. But you know, thank you guys for having me. It's a pleasure, it's an honor. You know what I mean? I'm always here, willing, ready, and able, and helping anything I can. If you guys ever need me, you know what I mean? I'm willing to help in every possible way that I can help. You know what I mean? It's you know, the Duce Lounge is here. You know, drink it. I mean, you won't be disappointed. I'll tell you that right now. You know what I'm saying? And you know, follow me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok, DJ Carlito NYC. On YouTube is DJ Carlito NY. SoundCloud is DJ Carlito NYC. Fortunately, I blocked myself from the NYC on YouTube because I got another one, and I just can't remember the
password.
You got locked out.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
Getting old,
yeah. You know what I'm saying?
It's all
So,
good.
you know what I mean? But thankful, you know, to be here. Thank you for the conversation. And again, you know, if anything ever comes along with the beautiful brand, I wouldn't mind.
We'll work it out. Great plug.
Carlito.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Real shit, like, thank you for pulling up. And Brooklyn needs to be proud to have you as their son.
yeah, thank you,
understand
man.
what I'm saying?
Thank you.
Coming from Puerto Rico to claiming Bushwick as your own.
Yep. And I you know, I'm Puerto Rican now, but I consider myself Latino. We're one.
Dale.
That L turns into a one.
Dale.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, wherever I'm at, I'm from there. You know what I mean? Like, I'll represent any culture. You know, even if it's West Indian, white, black, Asian, whatever, it don't matter. I'm there. You know what I mean? I'm one, and I support everybody and whatever it is. You know what I mean? As long as it's legal, I'm there. You know what I mean? And big shout out to my brother Obsession NYC. It's my good friend who wanted to be a DJ. Always close to me. He wanted to be a DJ, and very proud of where he has gone to. You know, he's at now. He's currently my videographer. He wanted to be a DJ, and I always like to do this because I know I inspire him even more to continue to do what he's doing. He wanted to be a DJ, and he started taking videos off his phone. And I was like, yo, bro, why you don't try videography instead? because I know what it is to become a DJ. It's not easy. Try videography, and he's where he's at now, getting little bookings now. It's starting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I always make sure that my team is always good. You know, he's a big help in my career right now, because all the videos that you see on my Instagram is done by him. So I always want to shout him out. Of course, my Heavy Hitter family, my Bully Sound family, you know what I'm saying? And you guys, you know what I'm saying? I just met you. You became family. You became family. The man behind the screen became family. And again, I'm here for, you know, to help anybody in any way possible that I can help. I'm here at your services. Dren, thank you. The Activation King.
Yay, let's get it. You know what I'm saying?
About to take this home now.
Love, bro. Appreciate you.
You know what it is? Dale, coño.
Let's just take some.